Hey folks, Hammie here, Mountain Moon Adventures. How's your day going? I got a story for you. Okay, Arya Sweet Potato, the little rescue kitten, she got to the vet's today. Okay, her appointment was at 20 after 9. Well, I stayed up here with her because I knew it was going to be an early morning and I wanted to get her used to the cage that I had to put her in. It's not really a kennel, it's like a crate, the metal ones for a small dog. Right? It's pretty roomy, so want her to get used to that and not be afraid of it and blah blah blah. Trying to get her used to it because I knew it was going to be quite the hustle this morning. To get her ready because it's over an hour one way to get to town, right? So to try to get her there on time, with no distractions. Well, it wasn't meant to be. Mind you, she got there on time, but it did not go like we thought the morning would go. Uh, Mr. Moon came up here to wake me up at 10 after 7 this morning. And he says, "You're going to have to do everything in the dark." He says, "The power's out." And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Yeah." He says, "I'm going to go and fire up the generator. We just got a propane tank filled up this week, 100-pound tank, and they switched the valve out on it, right? So I didn't know they had a shelf life. So anyway, 100 and some odd dollars later, but it was filled. So in case of emergencies like this, well, I'm still trying to find the cat because she's never seen Mr. Moon just come up in the dark with a headlamp on. She couldn't see him. She could just see the light. It kind of freaked her out, right? So I'm trying to coax her, looking for my flashlight, because of course he left the room and didn't leave me no light or nothing. So I'm crawling around. Where's my dang flashlight? Bought all these lights from Timu and had them all charging in the window because they're solar. So it's like, hopefully one's charged. Found it. Okay, we got light. Everything's happening. Calling the kitty, and it's like, all right, let's get you some breakfast because I know you'll come out for breakfast. She was hiding under the bed. So, anyways, get her out, get some breakfast, give her a chance to eat, grab her favorite blankies, try to wrap her up in them. The kennel's already downstairs. While she was eating breakfast, I run that cage downstairs and set it up, pinch my finger. I start cussing and swearing because it hurt. All right. So then I go up, come back up here, and I wrap her in a blanket. Took about 4 tries. She's like, "Oh no, you don't. You just trying to trick me. I'm not getting all wrapped up in a blanket. What are you doing, Mom? No, that's not happening." I'm like, "Yeah, but you have to. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here." So after a few minutes of playing, wrestled a wildcat. All right, got her all snuggled up in the blanket, carried her downstairs like a baby, and then trying to hang on to the railing and hang on to a flashlight to get down the stairs so don't trip, fall, and break my neck, right? Well, she sees one of the other cats, and she hasn't seen them yet, right? So the hissing and the growling from the other one started because they can see her, and she's like, "What is that?" And then she starts to wiggle. And it's like, no, 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 no. Can't let her unwiggle. So I'm busting my backside trying to get up and around everything that's all in the way, because we've been kicking and tripping things in the dark. Not even worrying about picking them up until after, right? So, anyways, get her in the cage. Okay, so that's fine. Whew. One thing done. Well, Mr. Moon, he's a cussing and a swearing and he's just carrying on. It's like, what is the matter with you? He's like, that effing generator. He's like, I can't hook it up to the effing fuel tank and this and that. And he says when they changed the valve, they put an inner valve, inner thread, and I need one with an outer thread. So now we can't even use it. It's 100 pounds of propane sitting there and we can't use it. It was like, oh no. And I'm like, well, what are we going to do? And he's like, well, there's nothing I really can do. And I'm like, well, we'll just deal with it when you get back. I don't need the power on. I don't need the TV or anything, run the internet, nothing like that. The goldfish, he's like, yeah, but you got to run the pump for the fish. I said, they're goldfish. They're surface breathers. They'll be fine. Okay? I'll keep the fridge closed. If it's off for too long, I'll take the stuff out and I'll just stick it out in the snow out the back door. Okay? As long as we don't open the freezers, it's fine. So he's like, okay, are you sure? I'm like, yes. Well, he goes over and talks to the neighbor for a minute, finds out all he needs is the valve. And he's like, oh yeah, they took that off. And when they changed it's just an adapter. So now he's happy again. Because now he remembers there's an adapter that just wasn't put back on because it was just shoved in his pocket or something. Or I don't know. But anyways, he's got the adapter. He gets it all ready to go. And I'm like, no, don't even worry about it. You got to get there. I said, come on, what time is it? And he says, it's 10 after 8. I said, her appointment is 20 after 9. It takes an hour to get there. So he's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. Well, he pulls out because the neighbor was supposed to drive with them because they got a buck yesterday, day before yesterday. Yesterday, I don't even know what day is today. Monday. So yeah, so they ended up getting it home last night after tracking it. So that was the last day of the season. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh because these guys were so freaking frustrated. Well, now the neighbor, he can't get his generator going, right? You know, and so now he's just cussing and swearing from across the way, and you can hear that and everything. And he was supposed to drive Mr. Moon in to take the cat to the vet, and they were going to take the buck to the butcher. All they got to do is take it down off the hoist because it's hanging up in the workshop, right? And it's an electric hoist. Well, no power. So now they can't get the deer down, and they can't do it manually because it's a big buck, right? So there's a good chance it just comes smashing down to the floor, right? So now they gotta wait. So there's more cursing and swearing going on and all this. So anyways, Mr. Moon gets everybody, all settled in, right? Like, well, the cat all settled in. He's got me all relaxed. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. You won't be gone that long, etc., etc. So while he's gone, the power comes back on. So I go and tell the neighbor because he's out in the workshop, and I go out there to tell him, right? I have to walk down his driveway, well, cut across my yard and into his driveway, and I go up to the porch, knock on the door, nobody answers. I go over to the shop there, knock on that door, pop my head in, and I tell him, oh, power's on. And he's like, oh, okay, right on. So he comes out to turn off his generator, and I look at my footprints. I wore my barn boots, wasn't even thinking about it, and I tracked little brown schmutz footprints from my door all the way down the driveway, up to his porch, over to his shop, and then back again all the way back to my house. I'm like, sorry, I wore my shit boots. And it's kind of rainy out, so every single footprint has a brown squidge mark in it, right? And I felt so bad, but what could I do, right? I couldn't do it in my slippers, and my boots were by the door, so I come to tell him quick. So then Mr. Moon gets home with the cat. She was a champ. She was an absolute champ. It cost $40 for 2 deworming pills. Now, you know why I recommend doing the raw pumpkin seed until you get to the vets. But she happened to have a poop while she was there. They saw the wigglers, but that's what the pumpkin seed will do. It will, it paralyzes the worms or something, so they let go, and when she poops, they come out. But it doesn't get them all. It's just temporary fix until, when you have to wait a month to get her in. All right, a month is with worms is hard on a kitten that little, especially with everything she'd been through, right? With the storm and starving, eating chicken feed and things like that, and the collar being way too tight, the list goes on. So anyways, $40 for 2 pills, $115 for the visit, and then she got a rabies shot, and then she got another shot. So she's up to date for that. So I got to give her a pill later on this afternoon. She's just around here somewhere, just snoozing. And she's much happier now. She was so happy. I told her she was so brave because she rode in the vehicle first time. Maybe not. Depends if somebody dropped her off. Then this might be the second time she's in a vehicle. Maybe third. Who knows? But she relaxed in the car. She was warm. She was comfortable. I told her, I said, you got to go in the Jeep. You got to go 4x4 in the Jeep, right? Just to go and see new people, strange place, go all the way into town, right? You're a little truck driver now. And then I said, you got to see some dogs. But apparently she was still really nervous. And you should have seen how happy she was when I come out to the Jeep when they got back here. All right, and I come back out, and I just opened up the kennel door, and I just picked her up, and she snuggled right into me. She was so happy. It's like, you didn't give me away. You didn't give me away. All right, I'm actually home. I thought, oh my gosh, how cute is that, right? So she was really happy to get back. So she's sleeping now, and I'll spoil her again later. But I wanted to show you my hat. Remember that black hat? Still, I haven't bent it straight right where I want it yet, but it's coming. I put some feathers in it, my favorite chicken. I made a birch bark hat band, so while I'm out bushcrafting or something, if I need to start a fire, I'll just, if I'm not wearing that cardboard hat right there, then I just take the hat band off and start my fire. And then at the top there, that's one of my mama's little heart earrings with pearl and 2 leaves. I put that right on my hat. I had to put it up high because they're earrings and I don't want the post jamming me in the forehead. It's going to let all the air out. Well, yeah, so I put that on my hat. So now Mama's with me. My favorite chicken, Acorn, that passed away, that's her feather. And I made little earrings a while back with Acorn's feather on one on each side there. It's just a single feather, a couple beads. So yeah, I'm just happy. But something else I want to do is, if you would, I mean, it's up to you. But you know, you always hear of giving someone, you don't give them a hand out, you give them a hand up. Oh, there's this gentleman, and I found him through Idaho Hillbilly. And if you haven't went and checked out Idaho Hillbilly, please do that because he's a lot of fun. But he's been doing a shout out about this other fella, East Coast cabin fever. Now, this man, he's hilarious. He'll make you laugh. Oh, for sure. He's just got such a fun, lively personality. He's a guitar player. He likes to play and make up his songs and stuff, right? And he laughs all the time. All the time. He's always laughing, right? And he cracked off a joke the other day. It was so funny. I had darn near wet myself because I wasn't expecting it. But he's reaching across the stove and he goes, "Oh, hot!" And then he goes, "Bang!" But he said bang so loud it made me jump, and then I started laughing because he just got this chuckle, right? Like when you hear him laugh, you'll want to laugh with him. He rings the cowbell all the time to get your attention. He's just a hoot. But if you could go over there and check him out, maybe subscribe to him. When Idaho Hillbilly started doing the shout out for him, he was at 600 subscribers, and just in the last day or two, that I've seen, when I subscribed, he was just hitting 900. Now he's up 954. So he only needs a few more to hit that 1,000 and hit that milestone. And once you check out his video, like, you'll see that he's funny. I'll turn a little bit, but because I don't want to get in trouble. But if you can see, I don't know if that's picking it up. But as you can see, he's quite the musician, and he loves Jesus, and we need more people in this world that love Jesus. Amen. But if you could go and check him out, maybe subscribe to him, give him a hand up, that would be just awesome. Just, you know, it's Christmas. It doesn't cost anything, right? Just to be kind to somebody. Okay, well, that's all I got today. I'm probably going to play my guitar later, too, because he kind of got me in the mood. Makes me feel like doing a little picking. So I hope y'all have a blessed day. Love one another. Be good to one another. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. And you keep your moonshine on, because that's the only way that you can see in the dark. All right, God bless you all. All right, talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.